Language UK-US. Which version of English do you find the easiest to understand? British English or American English? There's no way of saying which is the easiest or the best. And a lot depends on which version you're more used to, and who your teacher is or was, an American or a British person. Over the next few months, we'll be looking at some of the differences between British English and American English. And after this mini course, you'll be able to speak both languages, British and American. The way that languages develop is interesting. Words and expressions are continuously coming in and going out of fashion. And these days, there are new words every day as we try to keep up with technological advances. Of course, most of these new words come from the USA. In fact, without the influence of the Americans, British English would be a very poor language. We wouldn't have words such as commuter, burger, chewing gum, motel, BLT, and teenager. And we wouldn't be able to use expressions such as to face the music. American English itself is a rich language, with influences from all over the world. In the past, the settlers in the New World had to find new words to describe their experiences in America. Many of these words came from non-English speakers, such as the Spanish, who gave us words like patio and macho, the Dutch, who gave us boss, and the Indians, who gave us moccasin and canoe. These days, there are new words coming from America all the time. Why is this? There are various reasons. For a start, the US is the dominant world power in cultural, financial, and economical terms. It exports its way of life, and we consume it. The US also has a great publishing industry, with books that are read all over the world. And America is home to Hollywood, the biggest producer and exporter of English-language films and television programs in the world. Finally, the US is a dynamic culture at the forefront of medical and technological advances, which constantly require new words and ways of describing things. So what are the principal differences between British and American English? In general, the two versions of English are very similar. Of course, there are some words that only exist either in America or Britain. For example, the British say biscuit and the Americans say cookie. And there are even some words that can cause real confusion. For example, the American word pants, which has a very different meaning in British English. There are also differences in the grammar and pronunciation, with many vowel sounds that are pronounced completely differently. However, most of these differences are minor and do not interfere with communication. All right, mate? Or should I say, okay, buddy?